Hey warriors, when they choose to play filthy, outsmart them in the mind. Because this world never crowns the purest soul. It crowns the keenest intellect. Machiavelli never instructed anyone on wickedness. That's just the alibi soft minds cling to when reality stings too hard. What he truly delivered was something far more lethal than malice. He delivered vigilance. He delivered endurance. He delivered the strength to remain standing tall in a space filled with deception. Pause for a second and scan your existence, your workplace, your friendships, your circles. You'll spot something unsettling. The real manipulators almost never come across as hostile. They appear composed. They appear logical. They flash smiles while quietly shifting every piece against your favor. Machiavelli grasped this truth ages ago. Real power isn't born from yelling. It emerges from placement, from restraint, from decoding how individuals operate when they assume nobody's paying strict attention. If somebody pulls dirty moves on you, it isn't proof of their superiority. It's evidence they've mastered a lesson you were never given. They've mastered human nature stripped of moral cushions. They grasp how anticipation functions. They grasp how knee-jerk responses betray vulnerabilities. They grasp how quiet builds tension. Above all, they grasp that decent individuals pause. Decent individuals linger. They wish for improvement. They anticipate equity. They hold that motives outweigh results. Filthy players reject that mindset entirely. They avoid striking at fortitude. They strike at assumptions. They bide time until you presume honor. The second you do, they strike. This video isn't pushing you toward ruthlessness. It isn't pushing lies, betrayal, or harm. It's pushing recognition of the arena you're already standing in. Because pretending the contest doesn't exist won't eject you from it. It simply turns you into low-hanging fruit. Machiavelli never guaranteed tranquility. He guaranteed stance. He guaranteed lucidity in a reality starved of lucidity. He guaranteed that once you decode power's mechanics, people's conduct ceases to shock you. Over the coming minutes, you'll absorb 10 psychological laws Machiavelli pinpointed centuries before smartphones, office intrigue, and contemporary mind games. These aren't feel-good sayings. These are cognitive instruments. Instruments designed to halt your reflex, halt your oversharing, halt your emotional hemorrhage toward undeserving parties. Stick through to the finish, and you won't leave feeling noisier. You'll leave feeling steadier, keener, far tougher to unsettle. Right now, drop this declaration below. I see the game. Number 1. Why filthy players gravitate toward decent souls. Machiavelli spotted a reality most refuse to swallow because it wounds ego before it wounds intellect. The most exploited aren't feeble, dim, or helpless. They're decent, they're steady, they're open. They conduct themselves identically across contexts and individuals, anticipating reciprocal moral benchmarks. That very steadiness becomes a blueprint for anyone intent on exploitation. Filthy players don't chase dominance head-on. They chase behavioral rhythms. They study who lingers before answering, who extends grace, who balks at letting others down. They monitor discomfort around quiet, haste to justify motives, guilt over drawing lines. None of these are character defects. They're beacons, and beacons summon predation. A decent soul presumes common principles, presumes reciprocal regulations, presumes equity everywhere. That presumption becomes the breach. The instant you assume the opposing party mirrors your conduct, you surrender dominion over rhythm, mood, and resolution. Filthy players require no brute force. They simply await your voluntary restraint. Machiavelli realized morality absent vigilance devolves into forecastability, and forecastability isn't noble in adversarial settings. It's vulnerability. When another knows precisely your tolerance for insult, your forgiveness threshold, your patience ceiling before retaliation, guessing ends. Calculation begins. That's why filthy players escalate gradually with comfort. They probe via minor breaches, tardiness, distortion, sly blame transfer. They monitor feedback. Politeness permits advance. Optimism permits continuation. Justification over observation permits recalibration. Every reply instructs them on safe distance. Decent souls frequently assume moderation. Garner's esteem. Machiavelli witnessed the reverse. Moderation absent bargaining power summons escalation. When another grasps you'll perpetually select peace over advantage, negotiation vanishes. Waiting suffices. The peril isn't benevolence. The peril is transparency. Filthy players don't dread principles. They dread unpredictability. They dread those who conceal boundaries initially. They dread those who refuse hasty equilibrium. They dread observers who watch rather than fix instantly. That's why Machiavelli cautioned against displaying virtue openly, not because virtue lacks value, but because broadcasting it eliminates maneuverability. When everyone knows your exact nature constantly, they know exactly how to unbalance you. The antidote isn't malice, it's calculated vagueness. Your core self requires no alteration, your outward presentation does. You owe no uniformity to the untrusted. You owe no transparency to data collectors. You owe no reliability to exploiters of your pores. Cease presuming honor and leverage returns. Cease dreading quiet and dominion returns. Cease broadcasting thresholds and ease vanishes. Drop this declaration below. I move with awareness. Number 2. The craft of deliberate vulnerability. Machiavelli recognized overt force summons opposition the way flame summons tension. Visible strength prompts countermeasures. Others fortify, others ready, others unite. Concealed strength, however, relaxes defenses. People lower guards, unaware they're doing so. Deliberate vulnerability turns tactical rather than yielding. Filthy players constantly scan for danger. Aggression frightens them far less than irregularity. Overt command invites straightforward countermeasures. Concealed competence invites none. Display full readiness, full assurance, full perception, and caution spreads. Words decrease. Concessions decrease. Angles shield. Permit minor openings, however, and dynamics flip. Deliberate vulnerability isn't feigned ineptitude. It's permitting underestimation of your perception, your scope, your purpose. It's electing silence over correction, restraint over confrontation, opacity over revelation. That restraint manufactures illusory security. Assumptions of superiority emerge. Hasty choices follow. Oversharing follows. Guarded motives surface. Machiavelli noted impatience springs from sensed superiority. Perceived lack of alternatives relaxes self-management. Speech loosens. Boundaries test quicker. Escalation occurs unsecured. This isn't hubris. It's nature reacting to assumed supremacy. Most err by proving ability prematurely. They elucidate, they validate, they showcase sharpness, thereby sealing incoming data streams. Once others detect full surveillance, disclosure halts. Deliberate vulnerability sustains flow. Immense strength lies in uncorrected misjudgments. Believing unnoticed discrepancies, contradictions, maneuvers grants repetition comfort. Rhythms surface, motives clarify, windows expose. What feels hidden becomes revelation. Machiavelli never prescribed perpetual force. He prescribed discretionary reveal. Decide assertion moments, withdrawal moments, feigned doubt moments. Variation fractures prediction. No fixed profile locks. No lock means hesitation. Deliberate vulnerability neutralizes anticipation. Resistance expected from power. Patience unexpected from capability. Script fracture follows. Gaps fill themselves. Justifications emerge. Premature yields appear. Discipline demanded. Ego craves acknowledgement. Pride craves transparency. Early full reveal destroys edge. Objective isn't swift victory. Objective is silent accumulation. Correct application transforms watcher into architect. Pressure no longer met. Pressure shaped. Limits exposed elsewhere while conserved here. Rush elsewhere while anchored here. Machiavelli knew the deadliest presence isn't loudest. It's the unknown quantity until decisive. Cease assumption correction and frame ownership begins. Number 3. Why self-justification hands defeat. Machiavelli cautioned against gratuitous candor. not from truth's danger, but from explanation's transfer of sovereignty. Justification commencement instantly cedes interpretive authority. Initial transparency morphs into vulnerability. Perceived openness becomes opponent leverage. Justification summons judgment. Explanation grants license to assess validity, adequacy, acceptability. Dynamic flips. Position abandoned. Approval sought. Filthy players detect instantly. Outcome unchallenged. D. Reasoning dissected, twistable. Each layer adds construct. Constructs add vectors. Vectors add exploits. Detail abundance equals ammunition abundance. Filthy players listen not for comprehension but extraction. Inconsistencies awaited. Emotional phrasing awaited. Reframing gaps awaited. Quiet functions otherwise. Quiet denies attack surface. Unquotable, uneditable, unselectively recallable. Unsaid remains untwistable. Machiavelli grasped commentary suspension sustains uncertainty, and uncertainty safeguards dominance. Unreadable intent deters bold advance. Justification exposes hierarchies. Justification unveils priorities, sensitivities, pressure points. Filthy players catalog signals. Future maneuvers calibrate accordingly. Honesty intended becomes roadmap delivered. Psychological inversion occurs post-justification. Investment in comprehension grows. Reactivity follows. Interpretation corrections. Tone clarifications. Intent defenses. Each layer embeds deeper in opponent frame. Dialogue shifts from substance to storyline mastery. Machiavelli noted true authority seldom justifies. It declares outcomes, not justifications, not conceit. Placement. Decisive action sans excess narrative prompts adjustment around you. Excess narrative invites probing. Filthy players frequently engineer justification. Query. Feign perplexity. Mild dissent. Clarity pretext, revelation objective. Commencement awkward to halt. Snare sets silently. Quiet compels projection. Unfilled explanation invites a assumption flood. Assumptions expose projector more than subject. Mood alters. Patience phrase. Unease swells. Reversal completes. Not evasion advised. Not deceit advised. Discernment advised. Not every deed demands annotation. Not every choice demands advocacy. Not every step gains from openness. Impulse yields to judgment. Machiavelli grasped minimal explanation minimizes manipulation grips. Necessary speech carries gravity. Constant speech dilutes gravity. Dominance preserved less through volume, more through strategic quiet. Number 4. Filthy players never strike. They engineer terrain. Machiavelli noted overt clash seldom favored by influence masters. Direct hostility births pushback, exposure, hazard. Terrain engineering reshapes results frictionlessly. Filthy players avoid shoving into battle. They situate you where every option rebounds negatively. Accusation replaced by insinuation. Opposition replaced by contextualization. Challenge replaced by engineered limitation. Action not compelled. Action subtly directed. Response given, yet arena pre-shaped to paint you hasty, volatile, irrational. Terrain engineering hinges on setting, not coercion. Filthy players master perception via environment, sequence, juxtaposition, presence timed, fatigue exploited, rush exploited. Variables inserted softly. Step back. Tension climbs. Calm contrast favors them. Machiavelli grasped character assassination seldom via charge, via suggestion erosion. Consistent poise against reactivity lets W. Atches conclude unaided. Open discrediting unnecessary. Patterns suffice. Loud defense frequently counterproductive. Defense validates defense necessity. Correction effort amplifies spotlight. Filthy players bank on instinct. Expect rush to clarify. Expect emotional surge. Surge becomes proof. Terrain engineering via role casting. Prescripted part assigned. Whiner. Troublemaker. Impatient. Role cemented. Lens permanent. Facts irrelevant. Labels managed. Machiavelli urged stage comprehension pre-reaction, unseen arrangement mistaken for chance, surface addressed while foundation ignored. Foundation predetermines result. Counter isn't fury, it's poise plus surveillance. Slowdown disrupts architecture. Expected role refusal weakens script. Minimal reply erases contrast. Positioning collapses absent amplification. Filthy players require predictability, require defense, justification, emotion on cue. Absent performance, narrative command falters. Constructed setting malfunctions. Inconsistencies surface to observers. Machiavelli grasped power thrives unseen when permitted. Supreme reply frequently restraint. Context speaks unassisted. Patterns self-reveal. Quiet denies acceleration. Drop this declaration below. I choose position. Number 5. Why equity becomes snare. Machiavelli grasped equity comforts morally, not practically, clung to under belief eventual self-correction. Belief shatters when one abandons compact while other honors it. Equity operates solely under mutual pact. Abs. Ent pact. Liability. Filthy players detect equity devotion irrespective setting. Exploit devotion via boundary violation while anticipating your adherence. Hesitation advances them. Ethical calculus advantages them. Disparity decides prior conclusion. Equity snare isn't compassion, it's inflexibility. Equal insistence amid unequal terrain eliminates adaptation. Filthy players depend thereon. Escalation reluctance known. Excess appearance avoidance known. Injustice perception dread outweighs disadvantage dread. Machiavelli viewed unenforced justice symbolic. Value signaled, consequences absent. Filthy players unmoved by gesture. Cost moves them. Priceless conduct recurs. Imbalance comfort deepens. Equity postpones resolution. Appropriateness weighed while effectiveness pursued. Postponement non-neutral. Momentum transfers. Filthy players master cadence. Action during deliberation. Equity contemplation arrives post-shift. Psychological payoff exists. Moral superiority sensation amid positional loss. Intelligent entrapment common. Moral gratification mistaken for triumph. Machiavelli cautioned illusion. Power blind to motive. Power sees result. Precision differs. Precision meets actuality, not ideal. Behavior tuned, not principle bound. Line crossed, precision proportionate, sans courtesy. Consequence introduced unapologetically. Balance unsought. Leverage reinstated. Filthy players frequently charge unfairness when grip slips. Charge tactical, guilt triggered. Restraint pressured. Machiavelli mastered tactic comprehension. Fairness defense abandons edge. Precision omits surplus. Precision selects drama-free imbalance correction. Restraint discernment, self-serving versus opponent-serving. Rules instruments, not chains. Bad faith fairness appearance abandonment restores lucidity. Choices streamline, limits harden. Consequence recognition accelerates adjustment. Filthy players honor consequence, not principle. Machiavelli never rejected justice, he situated it. Powerless justice decor. Powered justice framework. Fairness strength conflation abandonment ends silent loss. Number 6. Delayed reply psychology. Machiavelli noted velocity masks assurance while patience misread hesitation. Immediate reflex often aids opponent more. Filthy players weaponize haste. Rapid reply demand. Swift verdict demand. Instant feeling demand. Deliberation impaired. Delayed reply fractures anticipation. Expected reflex met with void. Doubt emerges. Internal strain builds. Thoughts race gap filling. Motives probed. Plans revisited. Quiet activates absent speech. Filthy players pace conditioned. Provocation then velocity watch. Swift disclosure priority trigger limit. Delay erases markers, orientation lost. Edge transfers silently. Machiavelli grasp duration magnifies asymmetry. Rushes leak. Waiters harvest. Pause permits tone shift observation. Escalation probe. Retreat notice. Initial assurance phrase restless. Calculation falters. Delay inverts emotional weight. Waiter commands foe. Cuss. Wondering commences. What weighed, what readied, what miscalculated. Anxiety swells, confirmation absent. Position erodes, confrontation free. Delay intentional, not evasive. Withholding purposeful. Filthy players anticipate clash or submission. Composure absent, rationale unanticipated. Script interrupted. Confidence impossible, absent stance knowledge. Pause denies clarity. Machiavelli noted duration, pressure exposes nature. Slowed reflex surfaces impatience. Follow-ups multiply. Tone hardens. Control grabs intensify. Intent leaks per attempt. Delay performer flips opponent. Reputational layer. Instant responder reactive. Timed responder deliberate. Contrast observer noticed. Authority links pace mastery, not reply quantity. Delay signals mastery. Waiting weakness, fear common. Filthy players nurture fear, benefits them. Restraint signals assurance. Options implied. Assessment implied over defense. Machiavelli grasped unhurried power felt strongest. Delay shields emotion manipulation. Settled sentiment yields clarity over impulse. Post-pause decisions resist redirection. Filthy players rely emotional haste. Removal fades influence. Objective not endless stall. Timing maximization. Sufficient data reply. Shifted pressure move. Exposed opponent act. Drop this declaration below. I control the pace. Number 7. Why identity confusion attempted. Machiavelli noted effortless dominion follows internal certainty loss. Direction distrust turns outward confirmation search. Filthy playism. As to this, behavior attack bypassed, self-view targeted. Identity instability collapses resistance bloodless. Tactics seldom overt. Commentary. Subtle observation. Past self-comparison. Concern masked statement. Objective disorientation not improvement. Character alignment doubt slows. Hesitation. Instinct distrust. Internal friction consumes observation energy redirected self-scrutiny. Filthy players capitalize shift. Reasonableness preoccupation while advance continues. Machiavelli grasped firm identity yields pressure consistency. Self-knowledge value clarity weakens outside sway. Filthy players fracture foundation. Deviation implied. Authenticity loss suggested. Evolution frame decay. Manipulation succeeds via validation linkage. Challenge discomfort. Perception correction urge. Reactivity. Past alignment proof of a present action. Boundary assertion falters doubt. Filthy players pressure hesitation. Overpower unnecessary. Uncertainty labors. Machiavelli viewed collapse via clarity loss, not assault. Fractured identity inconsistent choice. Inconsistency invites probe. Probe invites downfall. Microscale identical. Internal rift external weakness. Defense internal mooring. Identity privately forged, not crowdsourced. Self-set values direction external voice powerless. Question permitted. Root doubt denied. Grounded resolution. Filthy players assume agreement necessity. Assumption failure leverage collapse. Approval disapproval guidance gone. Alignment action not validatio. N. Not inflexibility. Intentional evolution strength. Confusion-induced evolution frailty. Machiavelli distinguished. Pressure moment external definition warning. Internal anchor renders manipulation transparent. Destabilization obvious, unconvincing. Tactics spotted, emotion detached. Influence fails sans feeling. Supreme stance, not perpetual certainty. Self-trust. Internal compass trust quiets external static. Filthy players unable steer absent handle. Clarity steady, not boisterous. Steadiness raises manipulation cost. Number 8. Underrated arsenal, irregularity. Machiavelli grasped predictability soothes watchers, unsettles controllers. Excessive uniformity patterns anticipation. Anticipation enables scheme. Scheme enables grip. Filthy players ride sequence. Strength unfrightening. Irregularity frightening. deliberate irregularity disorder absent, selective fluctuation, availability distance choice, engagement withdrawal choice, expectation shatter, rhythm absent, sway diminishes, filthy players prediction dependent, reaction test, habit map, timing gauge, default grasp enables tailored approach, irregularity dismantles, unexplained shift foils math, Machiavelli championed irregularity psychological drag, variable result caution, slowdown, assumption probe, action pause, control returns confrontation free, predictability breeds entitlement, expectation becomes right, reply assumed, presence assumed, accommodation assumed, irregularity halts entitlement, boundary reinsertion announcement free, consistency read obligation, push assured same reply, irregularity strips advantage, unguaranteed access reshapes conduct, respect builds silently, irregularity shields data, uniform reply intent inference, variable reply intent opaque, targeting thwarted, Machiavelli grasped control demands familiarity, reduced familiarity increased manipulation difficulty, chaos absent, fixed self-refusal, instability fear common, filthy players exploit fear, unreliability label pressure, deliberate irregularity autonomy signal, choice communication, intentionality crucial, aimless fluctuation confusion, aware fluctuation power, shift serves placement, not whim, Machiavelli stressed appearance governance, not discipline discard, correct irregularity others adapt to you, wait, watch, hesitate, advantage inverts, your frame adjustment, not reaction, drop this declaration below, I am unpredictable. Number 9. Why departure instills dread. Machiavelli grasped detachment rattles reaction dependent, filthy players anticipate participation, argument expected, defense expected, justification expected, engagement validates significance, disappearance dismantles framework, reinforcement denied, effort purposeless absent reply, influence gauged via focus captured, focus gone, assurance crumbles, effectiveness sequence, effect questioned, narrative mastery disrupted, presence sustains access, access sustains pressure, absence blocks, provocation opportunity denied, escalation denied, extra, action denied, stage lost, departure signals independence, outcome engagement independent, assumption challenged, resolution closure validation need presumed, absent need influence shrinks, dread uncertainty born, unexplained exit guessing, misjudgment wonder, overstep wonder, control loss wonder, focus inward shift, self-reassessment over targeting. Machiavelli grasped power via reliance, response reliance, negotiation reliance, acknowledgement reliance sustains sway, departure severs, autonomy demonstrated sans clash, habit engagement common, strength mislabeled participation, filthy players foster belief, self-serving, restraint assurance, withdrawal choice, departure conserves vitality, focus drain halts, clarity restoration, distance observation over immersion reaction, reposition weakens sway, reputation layer, calm departure unbothered, reaction pursuit invested, contrast observer seen, authority flows non-chaser, Machiavelli grasped dread often silent, confusion, doubt, pause, departure births trio, confirmation absent tactic success, doubt persists, not eternal absence, strategic presence choice, engagement deliberate, not automatic, departure option leverage restoration, supreme message indifference, not opposition, provoke persuade pressure, failure realization, approach rethink, audience removed, leverage removed, narrative removed, uncertainty remains, uncertainty fosters caution, power argues unnecessary, sometimes power simply leaves. Number 10. Ultimate Machiavellian reality. Machiavelli promised no utopia. Peace fleeting, stance lasting. Resolution chases cycle vulnerability. Placement focus transcends repeated friction. Final reality exchange victory absent. Unreachability focus. Filthy players function via channel. Provocation reaction likely. Energy influence possible. Channel closure effort ceases. Machiavelli grasped true dominance confrontation absent. Cost. Interaction expense behavior shifts. Untouchability dominance unnecessary. Self-mastery necessary. Measured reflex. Minimal justification. Selective presence. Adjustment follows. Probe less. Push less. Redirect elsewhere. Sway fades organically. Objective not other control. Self-control. Established external grip slips. Filthy players emotional entry thrive. Entry removal tactic fade. Calibration absent feedback impossible. Machiavelli grasps stance via principle constancy, not conduct predictability. Core stable, display fluid. Balance confounds leverage hunter while centers observer. Untouchability reputation alters. Unannounced boundary sensed. Optional engagement felt. Treatment cautious. Conduct tempered. Respect demanded belief common. Machiavelli indirect earn observation. Outcome non-chase outcome pursues. Narrative non-argument narrative evaporates. Identity non-defense identity firms. Final reality straightforward yet demanding. Power silent. Quiet coherence. Environment adjustment over internal reaction. Context shaping over content debate. Filthy players ineffective uncon. Trolled arena. Costly status distance unnecessary. Boundary respect access reservation. Energy direction choice. Availability leverage recognition. Machiavelli isolation unadvised. Discernment advised. Influence peaks intentional presence. Earned presence. Selectivity compels self-correction. Provocation returnless realization strategy pivot. Attention shift. Pressure dissolve. Target utility gone, not conquest. Benefit absence. Ultimate Machiavellian teaching, not supremacy. Beyond reach rise. Internal unmanipulable, external irrelevant. Stance liberty. Liberty supreme edge. Filthy play met. Mirror chaos absent. Mirroring frame traps. Rules foreign react. Mental outsmart trick absent. Clarity. Self. Allowance. Energy direction. Video essence single reality. Power silent. Unrushed. Unexplained safety. Environment adjustment other exposure. Command reaction cessation. Quiet comfort cessation. Intention proof cessation. Shift occurs. Caution surrounds. Not threat. Unreadable. Unreadable costly. Move confrontation unnecessary. Exchange victory unnecessary. Misunderstanding correction unnecessary. Task unliked. Task positioned. Outcome non-chase realization. Clarity non-beg. Pressure non-panic. Filthy play ceases. Morality absent. Self-interest. Manipulation cheap access only. Remember. Power noise addition absent. Predictability subtraction. Video clarity gift. Felt but unnamed language gift. 3 actions now. Like reaches awareness needers comfort deniers. Share continually played. Unaware. Subscribe deeper power, psyche, mental mastery ahead. Comment thoughts. Hardest hitting principle. Remember. Dirty fight victory absent. Untouchable victory. Stay vigilant, stay conscious. Never engage misunderstood contest.